to prevent burnout, to prevent fatigue, to prevent disengagement and loss of meaning, connection to their career and their work. And so ultimately they don't quit, and then you have to hire new people, and that costs you energy, time, money, other resources, a lot of headache, right? So 7 conversations that you need to have urgently with your team. If you are a business owner, if you are a founder, if you are an entrepreneur and you have a distributed team, here are 7 conversations that you urgently need to have with your team to make sure they have practices to work effectively, to use their brain capacity, their cognitive resources effectively, to manage their time and schedule effectively. These 7 conversations have to be more like workshops, like skill building activities, protocols, procedures, so that people know how to put that knowledge into action consistently. Have conversation around working hours. When do people work? When they don't work? They gotta be scheduled and they gotta be precise and non-negotiable. Number 2, how to manage your emails, your messages, all kinds of communication and notification to prevent task switching and being pulled out from one task to address the other. That really adds on mental fatigue. Plate, cognitive resources are very limited, and the more you switch tasks, communicating with people and then working on something and again answering messages and emails and then again working on something, so the more you switch, the more chances to burn out you're gonna have. The next conversation is about batching tasks, creating very good work routines where your people don't switch between different activities, not just between messages and emails, but also between meetings and maybe between brainstorming sessions or working on different parts of the project, so people don't jump all over the place, but instead know when to work on what exactly. And the next conversation is when to interact with other people, when to have meetings, when to connect with other team members to collaborate on some project. Will save a lot of mental resources and energy and decision-making capacity for your team, for your A players. Is around meaning. Do your people know why they work? How are they contributing to the bigger mission, to the bigger picture of your company's mission? Do they understand what kind of future they have with your company? You need to have this conversation to keep people engaged, motivated, and consistently delivering their best performance and staying with your company through hard times and through the good times. A conversation around clarity. Do your people understand what they need to do every day, how to do it, what results, what done looks like? There's gotta be a lot of clarity if you want your team to work effectively together and deliver great results consistently. The more confusion there is, the more resistant, the more delays, and the more burnout and disengagement you're gonna see in your team. And of course, the last but not least, you gotta have a conversation around sleep, around breaks, around recovery protocols, because that's where people get energy and enthusiasm for life and work, and that's where people get their productivity, and eventually people will start quitting, not necessarily because there is something wrong with your company or their work, but because they're simply tired, because they don't know how to manage such an important aspect of performance and great life and work experience as sleep and recovery. And here you go, 7 conversations that you gotta have with your team if you want to have a high-performing team, a team that is engaged, a team that is delivering great results consistently and not quitting.